Get the most insightful analysis on everything football every week. My name is Ayomide, and this is the Nutmeg. The Premier League returns from the international break with a big fixture. Enzo Maresca and Arne Slot having a lot to prove in the next couple of games. Here's a preview of Chelsea up against Liverpool. My name is Ayomide, and this is the Nutmeg on Guardian TV. Yes, of course, great way to return from continental international football as well. As a lot of teams were playing qualifiers, but the Premier League returns and Hogan is here, back on the show as well and raring to go. Great to have you here, Hogan.
Thank you very much. It's always my pleasure being on the show and, just to analyze what we love to do.
Yeah.
The game.
And the Premier League always the center of attraction, returning with Chelsea up against Liverpool. Two teams who've only lost once in the Premier League so far this season, and of course two teams with managers are new in the country, in England, of course trying to stamp their feet in their teams. And what have you made of the start that both have had, talking about Enzo Maresca and also Arne Slot?
Yeah, I must say that so far so good. They've been trying to blend in the players, instill their style of play into those players, and so far so good. It's been working. It's been working because they've only lost one game each, and they've won every other games, and
a couple of draws,
but it's been good. It's been good so far. So we feel that these people have come to stay. Enzo has been able to put in those things, the discipline, the style of play into the Chelsea players, even though some players go on injury and return back from an injury, but he's been able to apply the same principle every game. And also for Slot, of course, they've been fantastic so far.
Yeah, so we'll start with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Right? Looking at the games coming up for them, this is one of the very important games. They face Panathinaikos, the great giants, in the Conference League, and then they will face Newcastle in the Premier League, and then in the FL Cup they will also face Manchester United. That's another big game to look forward to. But for Chelsea now, you look at the way they've started and you look at the run of games, it does feel like they have to prove their mettle in these games. I mean, we've seen the very best of them. Some of the players have integrated well into the team, but going forward, have they got to that junction where you believe like they need to prove points?
Yes, I feel that Maresca is about to face the Giants in Premier League, or let's say in football generally, and because piling up these games together with all these players, facing, having to play matches 3 days interval, we actually help them to define the point or proof points that we've been able to do these things well and we are doing it well and it's working for us, and being able to instill the style of play while facing the big boys. They've applied it for the young boys, not to actually put down any team, but now being able to do it consistently and against the big boys, then we can say that they are back. So they still have a lot of things to prove.
And they currently sit fourth at the moment. But for Liverpool are first, 18 points already, and they want to get into the conversation of the title. But they've got big clashes coming up. They'll face Man City, they'll face Real Madrid, they'll face Leverkusen. A lot of big games for Arne Slot. Do you think that they are ready to face those big games? And do you think that they can scale through majority of those games?
Yes. One of the advantage that Slot's team has is the fact that they did not add a new player, as it were.
Why is that an advantage?
Yeah, it's an advantage because the players already are together. They know themselves. They've been able to play together for a year, for a season under club. And in coming in now, he's just, exploiting their abilities and just say, okay, do this with your quality, the quality of those players, apply this. And so far, so good. They've been able to apply it, and it's been producing
I think they've
results.
only considered once in the league
Yes.
so far.
Yes.
The quality of the defense is also up for discussion.
Yes, the quality for the defense is.
Do you think it's a fluke, or it's Virgil van Dijk, and we know Van Dijk is very good in English football. We know his pedigree, but do you think what we are seeing under Slot by any means is a fluke? The fact that they are top, they have a very solid defense, the attack is also blossoming as well. Do you think when they face the likes of Bayer Leverkusen, for instance, the likes of Real Madrid, Manchester City, for instance, they'll fail or they'll pass the tests?
Yes, you see, they play an eye line kind of defense, and they are being protected by the midfield. You see Gravenberch driving the ball. You see McAllister, doing what they know how to do best, and the attackers are also covering up for the defense, shielding the goalkeeper and all. So when you check these teams generally, the likes of Bayer Leverkusen, Real Madrid, in their own respective leagues, they are also just coming up. So we can't say that it will be a smooth ride for those teams to just defeat Liverpool or Liverpool to defeat them. It's not going to be a smooth ride. But so far, so good, we can say that Liverpool and his Slot and his players, they've been able to do one thing consistently, which is what? Play a particular style of play, score goals, and get the results. 3 points is the most important thing.
Well, we'll see how the team evolves as the season progresses. But some of these games that both teams will have to play cuts across domestic games in the EFL Cup as well as the UEFA Champions League. But this one is in the Premier League on Sunday, and you look at context, there have been a couple of draws, but Liverpool have the advantage in the head-to-head in the last 5 games at least. The last meeting between both sides was a trophy. It ended with a trophy for Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. But then before that, in the Premier League, Liverpool defeated Chelsea as well 4-1. Chelsea would feel they've got a revenge scheme up.
Yeah, but however, what's the essence of revenging if you are not going to get the job done? You can have the mindset. Of course, it's a huge game. It's the clash of titans, like I always say, and they have a lot to play for. Dignity, pride. So they actually want to do their best to make sure they get the result. Every coach wants to get 3 points, but if they get a point, it's fair for them.
A point has been a consistent result, like we're saying. But for either of these sides, if, for instance, Liverpool or Chelsea lose the game and it doesn't end in a draw, it's going to be all about how they react.
Yes, in the next game. Yes. Concerning how they react, I feel that it will be much more easier for a team like Chelsea to bounce back if they lose the game to Liverpool. It will be much more easier for them to bounce back in the sense that they've just started. Some of the players just came in, and the coaches he's been able to put in his style of play to them, explain these things, and they've been able to do it. So I feel that even if they lose, they will still be able to get back because they are losing against a big side. But for Liverpool, they'll be facing a more tougher team in the next
they've got difficult
game. So they
opponents.
got difficult. Exactly.
But if you're to look at a situation where any of these two teams pick up 3 points, who's the more likely one?
I'll go with Liverpool.
Okay, Liverpool. And the scoreline?
It's not going to be a smooth one, so I say probably 1-0 or 2-1.
Okay, interesting. We'll see how it pans out, but thank you very much for watching yet another episode of the Nutmeg here on Guardian TV. Of course, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel right there, and also you can tap the notification bells to get all our latest content as well. Follow us on social media. We're at Guardian Nigeria across all platforms as well, and you can get the very best of news and information happening around Nigeria and the world. Well, my name is Ayomide. Thank you very much, Hogan, for being part of the show again.
It's my pleasure.
And we'll see you in the next episode.